Hello friends, it's Tonton from state, 948, but as well for a little bit 3045, 54, sorry. So let's do a quick guide, a beginner guide on Lucky Wheel, kind of covering the bases, and as well kind of doing day 2 of the first Olaf shift. So I started a series for kind of beginners. I'm starting again on a new state. That's going to be a temporary project. I will have a proper restart on a new state with an announcement. We'll prepare it. We'll find some people that want to do it together, but that will be later this year. I think I probably can't do it before end of the year. So that's more kind of a quick project. I really wanted to kind of immerse myself again into the beginning of the game with the latest changes and additions to the game, so I can basically either cover the basic and when we do the proper restart we are ready to rock with like proper guides, updated guides, because it has been a year and a half for me since I've done the first few furnace level and all of that. So it's important to stay connected to the reality of newer players with the current state of the game, which changed a lot in many ways. But today that was another topic, so let's talk about today's topic, which is the Lucky Wheel, right? So Lucky Wheel is an event that if you look at the calendar, right, and I'll make some videos about some of these for new players. Some of them I've covered in other videos, and in that case you can just watch these because they will be good enough. Like Alliance Mobilization I covered. Mercenary Prestige. Maybe I'll do some streaming instead during some of these days because there is no point to do a guide, but maybe doing it for the first time makes it a bit different. So either I'll do a stream or a guide depending a bit on, is it the same as later in the game or is it actually very different because it's your first time, and so it kind of needs special callouts and guidance. But Lucky Wheel is a 3-day event, right? And if you click on it, it goes with Olaf Chiefs. So for the first 2 generations, you will have Olaf Chiefs. Until SVS, so state versus states. You will have it with Olaf Chief, and it starts the second day of Olaf Chief. So the first week could be kind of whenever, but at some point it will settle down, and Olaf Chief will start on a Monday, and Lucky Wheel will always be a Tuesday. So that's the first time you have event, they're a bit all over the place, but after a few weeks, if not next week, things will start to settle down and to be properly happening basically in terms of timing. So Lucky Wheel always on Tuesday basically. So what the event is about? Basically you're gonna spin that wheel and you're gonna get rewards from it. So you can get resources, you can get speed up, you can get this, which is a melange of speed up resources, and these are a bit of better reward, and you can get shards. And what most people are spinning the wheel is for shards. So you want to unlock Deadman, and basically in the game, every generation, you have a hero in the Lucky Wheel that you can get. You have a hero in the Olaf Chief, so here it's Geronimo. And you have a hero in a pack that we don't see here, that's called Olaf Heroes. So there is Olaf Chief and Olaf Heroes, right? So it's a bit close, but Olaf Chief is Geronimo, and Olaf Heroes is probably Molly this time around, but we will see. So you have 3 heroes you can get that are SSR quality, so they are the orange one. And you see in Gen 5, in Gen 1 you have 4 of them because you get some from the VIP, right? So you basically get Geronimo from the Olaf Chief and VIP, and you get Natalia from the VIP, and maybe it's Olaf Heroes, I actually need to check, but you will get one of these in the Olaf Heroes, and I'll cover it later. But today we were gonna get Deadman from the Lucky Wheel. And why do you want to get the hero from the Lucky Wheel, right? Because the Lucky Wheel, you can either go here and you can buy chips if you're a spender, and these overall are not really good. They are very expensive, so one chip is basically 60 cents here for all the packs, except the first one when you get one chip for 50 cents, right, in euros. And you get one chip for free every day, and to spin the wheel you need one chip. So one chip is in one spin, or then you can use your gem, and then the speed is 1500 gems. So we'll talk a bit about that. So what can you get in a spin? Because you don't have the same chances to get all of these, and you can just click here. And without going into too much details, basically that's kind of your percentage, right? 5 shards you get 4.37%. 1 shard you get 32.81%, and that's what we care about. The rest we don't care about basically. So these is basically giving you a chance, like per spin in average, that's gonna give you 5.47 0.547. So it's a bit below than 0.6 per spin. It's kind of, it could be, you can round it up to 0.55. So per spin you get 0.55 chance to get a shard. So if you do 10 spins, if you spin the wheels 10 times, and as you can see, if you spin 10 times, you get a tiny bit of a discount, right? You're gonna get 0.47 shards. So I'll show you all of that in a moment. I have it in the Discord. I'll share with you guys when we unlock 1,000 subscribers on the channel, which hopefully is soon. But as soon as we unlock 1,000, you will have a written version of that guide as well, and I'll show you in a sec. But basically, maybe it doesn't want to show up. Yeah, so you have the values here. So that the average, for 5 shards, you have 4.37% chance to get 5 shards. So in average per spin, it's giving you 2.22 shards, and you have nearly 33% chance to get 1 shard. So that's giving you nearly 0.33 shards per spin. So if you accumulate that, it's giving you 0.547, right? So for 10 spins, that's what you get, and everything like that. So it's gonna be covered in the written version. You don't have to note it down. You can just go back to the Discord when it's available. So hopefully in a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, if you guys help me, it might go faster. But that's kind of the value you get, right? So there is spinning the wheel, right? And we'll do that in a minute. But you have also milestone rewards. So every 5 spin, 15, 35, 70, 120 spins, you get rewards basically. And for 5 spin, you get 10 shards and some books. For 15 spin, you start to get 10 shards. So basically, if you spin the wheel, if you think about it, like actually nearly most of the shards are coming from these. A lot of shards actually are coming from these. Because if you spin, let's assume you spin 120 times. That's what a whale will do. That's what a spender will do. That's what someone that's really prepared. Like on your first lucky wheel, you're not gonna do that unless you're a big spender. For me, I've been saving gems for 3-4 days. It's 1.5 per spin. I can spin, 15, not even 15 times, right? So I'm nowhere near close to spin 1,200. 120. Sorry, 120 times. But if you would spin 120 times, you will basically get 115 shards from that, and in average you will get 65 shards from spinning the wheel, right? More or less. You will get less than 70 shards from spinning the wheel, and you will get in average, not in average, but you will get 115 shards. So most of your shards are coming from the what they call spin reward. So when you spin the wheel, you want to kind of to try to target, if you can spin it only 5 times, then do 5 times, For me, I'll aim for 15 this time because it's lasting for 3 days. So if I don't have enough gems today, I'll get an extra lucky chip for free tomorrow. These are daily packs, right? Daily limit, you can buy them daily. So if you want to help yourself a bit, the best one is this one, but they are kind of very bad packs. They give you the books you won't care about. Like Gen 2, you have overflow of them. On my main account, I have 4,000 of each. Like they are not needed. The resources is food and wood. It's low XP. Overall, it's a bad pack, right? So it's better to buy other packs and to use some of your gems. But because we are so, that's day 5, I think, of day 6 of the game. So you might not have saved enough gems. So maybe the first few events, if you're a big spender, it's worth buying some coins. But overall, it's far better to buy other packs and keep your gems to spin the wheel, basically. But that's an option if you have money. So you will want to calculate, and it's very simple. It's 1,500 gems per spin. So if I need to spin 10 times, it's gonna cost me, because I already, so see, 10 times cost you 9 lucky chips, right? So you get 1 for free here. So that's better. And then because I get 1 lucky chip for free, it asks me that I need 8 more lucky chips, but because I don't have them, I can use gems. So for 12,000 gems, I can actually spin. I can actually spin 10 times for the cost of 9, so I get a bit of a discount. And if you want to buy packs, they remind you there. So let's do spin it. So let's not skip the animation. Let's do the spinning together. So let's spin 10 times. So you see first, you see the reward you get, right? So I got the in-man shard, I got XP, I got speed up. So that's why skip the animation makes it a bit faster, right? If you spin a lot. So of course you want to, land here. And we don't know what we got from here. Okay, second shard, that's not too bad. That I need. Another shard, so we are, 6, 7, 8, so 9. Okay, some XP again. And, okay, some food, why not? Why not? So that you get the summary of what you got. It's not a very, again, in average, I should have had 5.47 shard. I got 3, so I got below average, right? But that's a lot of food. That's really good. I need resources, so that could be a very good way to get resources as well. And then, because I spin more than 5 times, I got the reward. So I got 5 shards from here. So right now, that's give me 8 shards from Sir Zinman. And I got a bit of gems, and I can actually spin the last 5 times I need. So I'll do that today with you, so it's done. And let's do it 5 times. So that's okay, some XP. You see, it's a bit faster if you do that, right? XP again. I don't really need XP, but that's okay. I got to 15, so I got a bit unlucky, right? Because I should have had 7 or 8 shards, and I got 3, so that's okay. So that's basically what you can more or less do as a free-to-play player for the beginning. So let's talk a bit more about the lucky wheel. We will increase the mine and talk about the mine a bit later, but I want to do the lucky wheel event first. You see, I had more or less, you didn't see, but I knew that I more or less got 1 million points here. So I made a lot of points because what each spins is, 90,000 points. So I nearly made 1.5 million. So spinning the wheel gives you a lot of points, basically. And that's why the whales, if you look at the ranking, they could make, 30 million points today, is because these people bought gems and they could spin the wheel a lot on top of saving their shards. So that's really good for them. You can see that today, we got all of it. I got all of the reward just by farming. So today, as a reminder, day 2, you can play the lucky wheel. You can do the hero shard we will do in a moment, and you need to gather. So if you spend on that first Olaf Chief, between the fact that you can gather with maybe 4, 5, 6 March, if you unlock all of them, and if you are VIP 6 and all of that, plus you spin the wheel, plus you get more shards because you get more keys and everything, you will make shit ton more points than me as a free-to-play, but I'll push as hard as I can as a free-to-play to show you if it's possible to actually do something. So the lucky wheel, the way it works, you're gonna get, in average, 5 to 6 lucky wheel per event. So basically, lucky wheel come, as I said, with Olaf Chief. So you will have Olaf Chief until end of Gen 2. Then after around the end of Gen 2, you will have SVS Castle Battle, State versus State, and then it will start to be replaced Olaf Chief by SVS Preparation Phase and by King of Icefield. But that will be the same idea, right? You will have every 2 weeks, you will have an event that lasts 5 to 7 days where you can spend things to rank, and every 2 weeks you will get the lucky wheel, basically. And because a new generation of heroes is roughly 80 days at the beginning of the game, the first one is only 16 average, but all the other one, Gen 2, Gen 3, so it's when you have new heroes available, that's last of roughly 80 days. So that will be between 5 and 6 lucky wheels. So as a free-to-play, as a low spender, and even as a spender, you will always want to invest in the lucky wheel hero, because for you, that's the easiest to get. That's really the easiest to get for free-to-play players and low spenders. This one, Olaf Chief, you need to rank. And ranking every event is not possible because you won't have saved enough. So the whales can rank every event, but for you as a free-to-play, if you save for 2 or 3 months, you can maybe rank one time and be in the top 3 or top 5, and you can get some shards. But you need 1,000 shards to max your hero, or you need 475 to put him to 4 stars. And you see, like, if you are 3, you get 70. So doing that one generation, you will never get your hero strong enough. So unless you know what you do and you're a bit further in the game and you follow my guide, and I'll cover that, all of that in other videos, you should not focus if you are free-to-play low spender. So low spender is like 20, 30, 50 euro. These euros are for people that spend at least a few €100 per month, if not closer to 1,000 and more than 1,000, right? These euros are more for these people, basically. For this one, especially at the beginning of the game. It could change a bit later, but you will have to anticipate and prepare for it. But Geronimo is not for you if you are free to play low spender. You can totally skip it and not try to get it. But you will want to get your Lucky Will hero every time. So Gen 1 is Zinman, Gen 2 is... so let's talk about that. So you have that event every 2 weeks. The way it works is the first time you get a marksman hero. So that's Zinman Gen 1. Gen 2 you get Flint, and it's an infantry hero. Gen 3 you get Mia, and it's a lancer hero. So Gen 4 you get marksman again, and that's Lin. And then you get Gen 5 you get infantry again, that's Hector. And Gen 6 you get Rene, that's lancer. So it's marksman, infantry, lancers. Marksman, infantry, lancers. So if you go for that hero every generation, you will have a good hero that is relevant to the current power in the game. That could be 4+ star quite easily, and we'll talk about that in a sec. But that's the strategy for free to play, is to get the Lucky Will hero. Zinman, you can keep him to 3 stars because you start in the game, the generation 1 lasts 60 days. It's gonna be really hard to get him to 4 stars, but you will want him to get to be to 3 stars at least as a free to play or low spender, so you will need to keep some gems to spin the wheel basically every 2 weeks. And after that, starting Gen 2 with Flint, you will want him to be 4 stars, and I'll explain how you do that in a bit. So that's kind of the summary of the event, right? So you keep gems, and you spin your gems. You use your gem to spin the wheel to get the shards, and you will want to achieve something on that, here to get because most of the shards again are coming from here and not from the wheel itself. So where do I go now? So let's talk about the strategy. So for Gen 1, my advice will be to spin, between, maybe if you can do 15 the first, you plan like me and you did, you could spin for 15 times the first time. It's really good enough, and we will see in a moment when we upgrade the man what we can do with him and why we want him. But then you should try to aim for 35, right? So 35, if you calculate very quickly, that means for the next time you have the Lucky Wheel, 35 times that amount, you will need to save 50,000 gems, because you will get some lucky chips, for free again. You will get some, so it will be a bit below 50,000 gems. So you will want to save from between now and the next time, you will want to save 50,000 gems, right? And let's say you wanted to spin 70 times, then it's quite that amount, so it's closer to 100,000 gems. But at the beginning, it could be a bit tough. And your gems, you basically have to use them mostly between VIP levels and to use them to have Zinman. That's kind of your 2 main focus of managing gems in the early days. You don't want to use gems to speed up construction time. You want maybe to use a tiny bit of gems for buying resources from here, right? These 4 packs. So from the VIP shop, you could use when you are VIP 2. So it's unlocking VIP 2, so you unlock the shop and you can buy these. Then when you are VIP 2, you don't do like me. You don't go to VIP 3. That's a mistake. You don't go to VIP 3. You stay VIP 2 and you start to accumulate gems to spin for Zinman on the first Lucky Wheel. And between now, so for me it's day 6, and the next one, so it could be either the week after, it should be in 10 days more or less for us. I will want to have accumulated 50,000 gems to spin again the wheel again 35 times, right? So if you have to spin 35 times, either you spin 40 and you get 1 spin for free, or if you cannot, you just spin 3 times 10 and 5 times 1, right? So that's really okay. So when you are out of Gen 1 and you start to plan, Gen 1 is 60 days, so for us in 45, 55 days, 50 days, something like that, we will start to get Gen 2. So where do I want to be for Gen 2? I will want to have at least 100k gems to spin the wheel, because basically what will happen is if you do, the game is well done basically. If you do 70 spins, so that's roughly 100k gems, to make it very simple. If you do 70 spins every event, so every 2 weeks, you will get your hero to 4 stars. So 4 stars, it's unlocking these, and most of the power is coming from these, but these are 100 shards to get actually a shard, right? So that's 600 shard and that's 475. Remember that you need 1075 shards to max your hero. So that to go to 4-star, you need 475. And to go to 1000, you need to go to 5-star. Sorry, you need 1075 shards because these are 100 each basically. And most of the power is coming here. But when your heroes are level 4, what does it do? They are strong enough. They are only for free to play, for low spender. They are strong enough. 5-star is really for spenders. You can get 5 stars a bit later in the game, but like I'm talking to newbies that start the game now that are within generation 1 and 2, it's really hard to get to 5 stars at the beginning as a free-to-play low spender. And more importantly, your skills will be your skill can go up to level 5, as you can see. We are level 2, so we are here 3, 4, 5. So you will be able to get your skills to level 5, and the skills are very, very powerful in this game. So your hero, when you increase their shards, and we'll do that in a moment. See, if I increase the level of Molly, she's gaining attack in exploration, health and stuff, and she's giving more health and defense, attack and defense to my lancer. So that's improving my Molly. And if I improve my Molly, see, to 2 stars full, promoted, new skill. So I basically got new skills. And also, she basically does more damage, right? She simply does more damage. So that's one thing to consider. So let's do some skills together. I want her. So my Molly is a lot stronger now. We even get some of the... I'll talk about Jessie later. I'll talk a bit about Jessie later, guys, but we'll do Jessie as well, and I'll make a video today. I'll make another video later today about, by the way, about trial and about rookies growth. So these will be covered today. So go back to the lucky wheel. So you will want your heroes 4-star. So it's gonna be 1000 gems for every 2 weeks, and that's gonna be very easily doable for free to play if you play every day, if you're active every day. That's the first strategy, and that's the minimum you should do is to save 100,000 gems for every wheel every 2 weeks. The other strategy to get your heroes to a bit stronger, to between 4.2 and 4.4, so depending if you have 6 or 5 wheels and a bit of your luck in the generation, is one event you will spin. One event basically you will spin. Sorry, I just need to get the numbers again. Yeah, one event you will need to spin 70 times, so like we've seen, and the other event you're gonna need to spend 120. So you will spin 70, 120, 70, 120, 70, 120, or 120, 70, 120, 70, 120. That's probably better to make sure you are as high as you want, and that's making your hero a bit stronger. The issue is like it will be your limit in terms of gems for free to play. So you will have 2, 3, 4, 5 stars, 2, 3, 4 stars here. In your hero will be stronger. So if you want to invest in a hero you're gonna keep for a long time, it could be a good idea, but you're gonna be limited in gems. You will not have a lot of extra gems to progress your VIP. So that's why you might want to limit to 70 spins per lucky wheel, so you can keep the extra gems to progress your VIP. Because if you look at your VIP level 4, you have 10% construction speed ups, and that's really important because that buildings will start to take 5 days, 10 days. Your furnace might take up to 20, 30 days for the last levels, right? So that 10% will remove very big amount of hours. Then you will want to be to level 6, VIP 6, because you get 1 March queue. So you can I can send 3 March here, and I will be able to basically send 4 or 5. Because I'll get another one with research tomorrow. When I'm level 18, you get a 4th March from research. Then you get a 5th March from VIP 6. And the only way to get 6 March, right, is to buy the pack. That is a March queue. So it's like 5. You need to spend €5 on the game. But 5 March is really good. You need to get to 5 March. So you will want to find the balance between spinning the wheel and going to VIP 6. And when you are VIP 6, you will want as well to go to VIP 7. That will be good because you start to get here, you get epic general shards. And VIP 7, you will start to get SSR, right? So mythic That the other one were epic, sorry, they were not mythic. So these one are mythic. And eventually, long term, as a free-to-play, you will want to move towards VIP 9 because that's achievable in the first, 9 months or something like that. You will get 2 mythic shards per day, and that will be reachable. Then, when you go to VIP 10, it starts to take so much more XP and VIP points that for free-to-play, it will be better to invest somewhere else in the game, right? But VIP 9, VIP 7, VIP 9 is very doable if you plan to stick to the game, 6-9 months, you will be mostly there for most of you. So that's why spinning 70 per event is simple. It's 100k gems every 2 weeks. You kind of know, you kind of track, how much it's going up and keep your gems for VIP point and the rest for the lucky wheel. And then, buy very little outside of that. Outside of that, you don't want to use most of your gems. There are a few exceptions, but I will have guides for using gems and you can watch these basically. And the other strategies, they are more like for small spenders, or later in the game if you are free to play and you plan to get a hero in a generation to 5 stars. So let's say you're like, I already want Lin, maybe not the best example, but maybe Hector generation 5 is a very good infantry hero. So you're like, I really want Hector. So that means that in generation 3 and 4 you will accumulate some gems. So when you are gen 5, you can actually spin 120 times the wheel per event. So to go there to get the most rewards. And if you do that, depending if you have 5 or 6, if you have 5 wheel, it will be 4.4 and something. And if you have 6 wheel, it will be maxed out. So if it's 4.4 point something, you can always use your mythic general shards to level up your hero, right? That's possible. You can use mythic general shard on all heroes except the one from the VIP, so except Natalia and Geronimo, basically. So Geronimo and Natalia, they are spender-only heroes, so you can not use your general shard. So it does not work to push here to unlock Geronimo, to say, okay, I'm gonna unlock Geronimo here because, I'm gonna use my mythic general shard for him. No, you cannot. Geronimo is a spender hero. You can either get him by ranking in events or by spending money. There is no other options. And if you click on the hero, if you have a doubt, it can always tell you where to get the shards, right? All of Chief buy VIP packs, right? So earlier we talked about first purchase by VIP pack, right? So it's not gonna be available in the All of Heroes that I talked about earlier, and that will be where it is. So Intel me redeem general shard, Molly's blessing, so that's a pack. Recruiting heroes, you get it from the key. That's an event. Light AL and and All of Heroes, so you can get Molly in an event that will be called All of Heroes. So you see Molly, you can get her the free to play. That's okay. There are many ways to get her maxed out. Dean Man, it's only the lucky wheel. And General Shard, I think, or maybe not even. Lucky Wheel, Daily Deals, you can buy him. All of Heroes as well, it will be available. So you cannot use General Shard on Zinman as well, right? You will need to use one of these packs or the Lucky Wheel. That's why it's really important to not miss out your Lucky Wheel on Geronimo. On Zinman, sorry. So that's the other strategy. So you spin 120 times every time, and that's gonna be, for small plus players. So maybe you are a good 50 euro per month, right? You are maybe not 300 euro per month, but you're a good 50 euro per month, because that's gonna give you, when you spend 5 euro, basically you get 2,500 shards. So if you buy 10 packs, it's gonna be 25,000 extra gems per month. Plus you're gonna rank better in some events. You're gonna get more, more gems from other sources. So overall, it's gonna make the difference. And if you spend, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 euro, 1,000, 2,000 euro, you won't have any problem with gems. Maybe the first few weeks, but for a few months even. But after a while, you will have far too many gems if you keep that level of spending. And the fourth strategy is really for big spenders. If you care to win this kind of events, so whether it's All of Chief, SVS Prep, stuff like that, you can see that you can spin the wheel. So that I did 15, so it's 135. So you can do 150 per day. And in this All of Chief, you get points for spinning the wheel only today. But in many events, you get points for spinning the wheel at least 2 days, right? So in later events, when the game progresses a bit, you will get points from spinning the wheel for 2 days at least. I don't think you ever have 3 days, but you can still do it for 2 days to make points, right? So you could spin 150 times today. You could spin 100, and you're gonna get a lot of points plus a lot of shards. But that's that do not reset every day. That's for the event. So that's every 2 weeks you get these shards. So people, because you get most of the shards from these, when you start to spin extra to get shards, it starts to be very inefficient, right? Because again, remember, for 120 spins, you get 115 shards from here, and you get 65 to 70 shards from here in average. So it's nearly twice as less, right? So it's really for spenders and big spenders, basically. To spin extra than 120, there is little points to do that, except if you're a big spender. And that can, if you want to push to make point on an event, spinning for a few days, when the days are giving points, and you need to check, tomorrow there is no point for spinning. So if you want to spin 150 times tomorrow, it's only for extra gems, for extra shards, sorry. And that, to be honest, that's really, really expensive. Even if you're a big spender, I'm not sure I would consider that. I'll go slower, because that's a kind of money wasted, in my opinion. Even if you're a really big spender, unless you know you are a multi-millionaire and you can spend 300k on the game, it does not matter, right? But even if you consider you're like, maybe I spend 1 or 2k on the game, like you will have far better things to do with your money than spinning the wheel a bit more. You will have your chief gear, chief charm that will be available here. You will have your hero gear, and these cost a lot. This, chief charm is like to go to level 11. Now they added level 16 in the game. It's 5,000-6,000 euro to buy everything. The game will give you some, so it's a bit cheaper, but it's 3,000-5,000 euros. To your chief gear is the same. Your hero gear is probably 10,000-15,000 to max it. Also, we are talking crazy money. So if you have a small budget, do not buy extra spin. You're gonna waste your money basically, and you will have time to do that later. So that's really it for the lucky spin, for the lucky wheel. What else did I wanted to say? And again, I'll just show you the Discord, so maybe to motivate you to subscribe. So that's my channel. So again, 1,000 subscribers, and I'm sharing it. So in the written guides, you basically have a summary, a quick explanation, and reminding people that the free-to-play you want to go to 4 stars, except on Zinman. Then the wheel and the generation of hero, the rotation like I talked about, all the calculations about how much you get, from spinning basically. 10, 70, 120 times, how much shards you get in average, the milestone reward. So basically, how many shards can you expect? If you spin 70 times, you can expect 103 shards. So that's why if you have it 5 times, you need 475 shards to get a hero to 4 stars. So if you have a lucky wheel 5 times, you will get it to 4 stars like I explained to you. That's why if you get it 5 times and you spin 120, you're not gonna get him to 1,075 shards, because that's times 5, it's actually below 1,000, right? So you need 6 spins basically. Stuff like that. So you have the summary of the 3 strategy, some details. So that's all on the Discord. So that will be available as soon as we reach 1,000 subscribers. On the channel, it's free. You don't have to pay for anything. You just have to subscribe basically. That's really about it. So there's a little button. So while we are here, we're gonna review yesterday, because I'm already planning to make another video today, but like the lucky wheel guide is done. If you guys, you don't have to, you are very welcome to stay, by the way, but if you just wanted the guide, that part is done. So yesterday we pushed a lot of research and construction. So I did some on videos and I did some offline. I was actually 12 and 11 for a long time. And I was hoping to make 35 million. I made 40, so that's really good, because I could do bear yesterday, and bear gave me like a shit ton of resources, and I can talk about that very briefly. But you should do bear if you start the game. You should do bear as soon as possible, at least once. Yeah, so I end up ranking 18. So many people save, many spenders. Some of the bigger spenders actually, did like Castafiore. She pushed like very late, because that was Ninja basically was first for a long time. Thanos was very good. Dawn was very good as well, but she pushed very late. So, but you see, as a free-to-play, if you plan, you can do decent. You cannot compete versus spenders. Spenders, you have to spend and to save. But for me, most of these people here are not free-to-play. I cannot double-check, right? But I can guarantee that most of these people are not free-to-play that made 40 million points. Some might know the game like I do, and have planned even better or whatever, but like anyone beyond here is basically spenders, right? So let's see what we can do today. So today I gathered a bit, I spin the wheel a bit, so I'm top 100, so I'm a bit below, but I kept a lot of things in my bags, right? So We will do Zinman first, just to cover why Zinman. And I really need 2 freaking Zinman shards. That's really bad. So, but why do we want Zinman? And we want Zinman level 2 to unlock that. We don't care about anything else on Zinman at the free-to-play. Like Spender, they can max him out and he will be good in Gen 1. He will be bad in Gen 2, so it's not a really good hero to invest in. Unless you are big spenders and you spend 2,000-3,000 a month. I will skip Zinman else. I'll just put him 3 or 4 stars to get these things. Reducing cost down of construction, so your building will cost less resources. And you see that if we get him to 2 stars, we can get skill level 3, and that's 10%. So that's a lot. That starts to be a lot. Because I'll show you some upgrades, but my upgrades start to be really expensive already. And then construction speed. So we just care about Zinman, the free-to-play low spender for that. We want him 3 stars so we can get that skill level 4. And that's going to be 12% reduction cost plus construction speed for the rest of your time playing the game, right? And then if you do after Zinman, so you will unlock Zinman to 3 or 4. And then you will go to VIP 4, and that's another 10% construction speed. And if you look at some of my buildings, like my furnace was already 1 day and 18 hours. So you see, it's still 23 hours left, and I have completed only that. So it will be done tomorrow. If I look at some of these buildings, level 17, it's already 1 day, and that's going to go to 3, 4, 5, 6 days, right? Very quickly. So construction speed is a big limiting factor until you are furnace 30. It's a lot less later, but it's a big limiting factor for the first 40, 55, 50 days of the game if you are free to play. If you are really free to play and a bit slow, maybe even longer. So it's really key to have Zinman, basically, to get him to that place, so you can get him to a better spot. So I might actually try tomorrow. I might spin the wheel a bit more to try it, because 2 shards, it's a lot to miss 2 shards, basically. It's really a lot to not have these 2 shards to get that. And I could just waste my gems because I have 30% chance to get one to get one shards, basically. 33% every time, and I got, 5% or whatever, 4.37% to get 5. So, but that's only why I want Zinman. So if you spin like me 15 times, you might not get him. And that's a bit of a disappointment, to be honest with you. So when you get a new hero, what you can do is you can go to your drill camp, you can click on the plus, and you see, bam, he's 43. So he's a lot more powerful. So let's do shards on everyone, right? So let's do... So maybe I'll, when I'm missing one like that, I'll use... So these shards, I didn't talk about it yet. Epic general shards, you can convert him for a special hero, right? So if I want to push Baiti, I could either use 15 and I'll see. Maybe I'll do Baiti, maybe I'll do something else. But my Baiti is already a lot stronger, right? 3 level is a lot stronger. So let's do my Patrick. Patrick is my tank. So my Patrick is a lot stronger. I get new skills. So we'll see what we're gonna do here, basically. If I do Patrick or Baiti. Oh, but that's actually good. I could do 2 level on Patrick. And I can go 1 level on Baiti. I mean 3. I can upgrade his skill, basically. So I can get 2 level on level 2 skills and 1 level on level 3 skill, on level 1 skill. So that's really good. So I complete my trial. So I got all the shards from here. The rest is VIP 4-5, but that's for spenders. To get these, you need to be spenders within that time frame. I still have 2 days left. So you see, I got some points and stuff, but we'll do that later. So now I'm gonna click everything, basically, because I've been saving for a few days, so I'm behind, basically. I'm basically behind, so I really want to progress. And for her, I've been farming like these, like the horns. I didn't do any Polar Terror, which give Baiti shard at the beginning, but I did not do. All I did is Beast, Intel Mission, and Horn of the Cryptide, because Gina is a very strong hero, and you can max her so much faster than everybody else because of that event if you focus on that event. So you'll see how stronger she will be compared to other. So see, my Gina is already 3 stars plus 1 shard, right? So it's called 3.1 in the game. When my Baiti is what? Is 2.3, Patrick is 2.1. So these are my best heroes. And they are a lot further. So my Gina will progress a lot faster, and I'll use her in arena. I'll use her everywhere. She will be a monster, basically. And that's what you want to focus on Gina, is improving your stamina cost reduction. The move speed you don't care a lot yet. But that's gonna make you be able to kill more beasts and more polar terrors every day. So you want to max that out very, very quickly. That's really important. So let's do some of here. I did not level them up. So maybe I can do 4 shards here to get another 15. So I make more points. Let's do that as well. So, and let's do her as well. I'm not gonna use her yet. So her, I'm gonna do 2 shards, and I'll show you why. It's a very small thing, but because she has 1 skill that's basically increased training speed, right? And tomorrow I'll be training. Tomorrow is the training day in Olaf Chief, so I'm unlocking her to to 1 star, so I can get 8% training. So everything I do tomorrow will really help me. So that's something to do. I don't want her to be max level to fight, but I'll do that. Then what should I do with this shard? I cannot do anything here. So I'll do on Patrick, because Patrick is one of the that will be my only infantry heroes. So here I don't really care. So what I'm gonna use now if I look at arena. So first let's claim some rewards, because that's gonna help me to improve my heroes. I did not do Patrick. Patrick is really good. Oh, sorry, I don't want it to level you up, mate. So, but I'll talk a bit about heroes in a sec, so you can start to plan your heroes as well, even if that's a bit beyond the video of today. So let's recruit. So you get points for recruiting as well. So that's why I was not recruiting people. You get points. So see, JC is leveling up a lot. She's a very solid hero, and I'll put her in the drill camp for now. I'll put Patrick a bit later. So if you have to reset XP, you go to the drill camp, you go to reset level, and I put some level on Patrick. I did not want to, so I'm gonna reset him. I'm gonna keep him for later. So I'm nearly 4 million power, right? If you look at it, and that's what you need to do to get the rookies growth. So I'll be able to do that tomorrow, no problem. Rookies growth will be achieved tomorrow, no problemo. That's secured. So now I have all of my heroes, right? So let's look at my lineup. What do I want to do with my lineup? So exploration. So let's remove everything, right? So the tank is the best. You want one, at least one, maybe 2. The other best hero is Molly. Molly is amazing. Gina is amazing. She will do a lot of damage, so I'll put her here. And Baiti is really good. So here I have a few options. Either I play with 2 infantry, because they are a lot stronger than my you see, like that's infantry. I play with 2 lancers, and that might be okay at the beginning of the game. Even some people play with 3 lancers, and they do, for example, that, and they put Patrick, because Patrick is a very good lancer, but that will be possible for me a bit later. But the way it works, in arena and exploration, this dude is taking the most damage. First row on the right, first row on the left taking the second person to take the most damage, bottom on the right, third person to take the most damage. The one on the left, second row, is taking damage at the 4th spot, and the one that takes the less damage is the one at the middle. So you basically want to have your strongest DPS most of the time. Sometimes it's a bit different, but the general guideline is your tank at the front, and your DPS here, and you often want your lancer here. So that's kind of the lineup I want. For that, the heroes I'll need to improve their skills on. So let's save it by doing that. We'll clean a level. It's gonna be a quick, we're gonna play a bit as well today, so I might actually cut the video in half for people that just want to have the guide and the full video, and I might do the full video again. So we'll get a lot of shards as well. Let's look at the ranking quickly. So I went from 100 to 23. So you see it's really tough, because I've been saving my shard for the last 4 days. I've used very little shards. I was really behind. So spinning the wheel, like all of these are spenders probably. That spin the wheel a lot more than me, and that's give a lot of points. But I'm a lot stronger. So what can I do in terms of books? So I'll wait. These books, I'll keep them for later. I'll talk about them later, but I used all of the skills. So you see, you start to miss books at the beginning, and that's okay, You have to choose. So my focus On expedition skills, so expedition skills are for when you send a march on the wild. So you attack another player, you attack a beast, you attack a polar terror. That's expedition skill. If you have a doubt, it's written here. Exploration and expedition, it explained. Exploration is arena and exploration. So that's here and arena. So it's a very two different skills. So your heroes are, certain amount of skill and they apply in different situations. So so that's arena. That everyone has fighting skill on the left, because on arena everyone's fight. But on the right, some heroes are fighting skill and some people have utility skill. And Gina is utility skill. It's reduction of stamina when you attack polar and beast, and that's all. And moving speed when you are on the wilderness, right? So when you're on the battlefield. So Gina is good for certain things, but it's very bad for modern. Patrick is a tank, right? So but I cannot improve. I did all of my skill anyway. I'm gonna do a bit over. And do I want stun or do I want damage up? I want damage up, so I'll wait for Molly. I'll wait here basically. So if you don't want to think, you just upgrade everything you can on your top 5 heroes. But you see, I'm running low on books on my top 5 heroes. So that's something I need to change later. On my tanks, my base tank is this one. Can I do him? I can do him one more. So I have an option actually. I'll improve my tank and I'll give him the best skill here. So he's actually stronger. Here I can do one. And what am I missing the most? Often the resources you are missing the most is the iron. So if you want to improve, you can do iron first, or you can do gathering. It does not really matter. It depends a bit. But for now, I don't gather a lot because I don't have enough marches. So I'll do the income for a bit, but I'll probably do the gathering a bit later. So I basically have two options with my lineup. Either I do like that and I skip JC, because JC is a purple hero, right? So that's a blue, so that's different books. Purple have different, that's SR, sorry. They have different, these are sharing the same book. So if I had 4 heroes that are purple, it's harder to upgrade their skills because they are all sharing the same book. So it could be nice to have a blue, because that's different books, an orange like Molly, and 3 purple, so I can focus on leveling up things like that. But we need to see what works the best, but that will be my lineup for now. I'll use that for a bit. So that's kind of where we are. I'll get extra levels to level up Patrick with with the drill camp soon on level 19. So I'll unlock level 18 tomorrow. I'll start level 19 then in a follow-up. And let's do some of the, maybe we get some shards, some good news. Something I would not do is, I would not use a lot of general shards on Molly. Molly, you will be able to max her quite easily. So if you want to progress a bit faster, you could use a tiny bit of general shards, but later general shards, you will really use them to focus on, for example, in Gen 2 to get an extra hero. So you will get Flynn with the Lucky Wheel, and you will get Flynn to, for example, 4 stars. And in Generation 2, you have Alonso, that's a marksman, that's really, really good. Most people want to take him, but to be able to put Alonso to 4 stars, you will start to save from now, because it's in 60 days and you get very little per day of these and per event. So you will need to start now to accumulate these and not use all of them. So in Gen 2, you can make Alonso strong, and Alonso is really, really, really strong. So it's worth to slowly accumulate. The blue and the purple you can spend. There is no other hero that will be blue or purple. When there is a new generation, it's gonna be only orange SSR1. So that's you need to save and plan very carefully. And the orange and the blue you can spend, that's no problem. So I think we are in a very good position. I don't care about the stun. The stun is pretty much useless. I care about everything else. That I'm gonna keep to improve here. And all of my heroes are set up. So the only thing I need to do now, if I have any, is to check out my gear, but I don't have gear. So it's only on Patrick. So we're gonna play now that we upgrade everything. We're gonna play some because I say for 4 days, my power is a lot stronger. So I should be able to clean a lot of these. And you can play auto and ×2, so you don't have to do anything. It's gonna play, the game gonna play for you. And I'm gonna get even further shards. So I'm gonna maybe improving some other heroes. I'm gonna get some steel. I'm gonna get some resources, some hero gear and stuff like that. So I think for the guide, and the progress parts, I'll maybe just look at the overall ranking, how I'm doing. And my focus, I'll make a video tomorrow about day 3, about kind of teaching people how to train. I think that's gonna be interesting as well. That could be a good one. But other than that, you know, day 4 for the beast is pretty straightforward. I might just make a recap video, but so far, if I look at ranking, you can look at total ranking, I'm top 20 at the free-to-play. So, you know, again, I'm pretty sure that people in top 50, most of them are spenders or free-to-play like me that, you know the game and understand. But you see, like, I'm 53 million, they are 120, 100. So, but that's just the way it is, right? You have to get used to that if you are free-to-play low spender. That's how it's gonna be every time. And that's okay. You will have a spot in the game, you will find your place. We have what we call rally joiner, and they are really important in the game to be a good rally joiner. And all the guides I'm doing and all the things I'm explaining, even if you might not see it fully yet, because, you know, you're just starting the game, it's too much to understand, or I'm not always making it very clear because there is no point at this stage. It's like to become a good rally joiner if you are free to play, because that's the only role you can take. You cannot be a rally leader. You will have to be someone that joins someone else's rally, because someone will be a lot stronger than you. But that's really it. Yeah, I'll leave it here. I'll do my exploration of, you know, I'll let my exploration run when I upload the video. Let me know in the comments if you have any follow-up question, if something is not clear about the guide, about the lucky wheel, about all of Chief, like all the beginners questions, but I'll make sure to cover them in videos. I'll update my Discord as well, so whenever the Discord opens, you guys have, you know, all the latest information. Feel free to please subscribe. You know, we are close to 1,000. That will really help the channel. I just unlocked partnership with program partners, whatever, with YouTube. So I'll see if I can get the auto translation, but I think I need 1,000. I could not find it this morning. I'll look again, but I started to unlock monetization, which, you know, will help us with the second project, which is restarting fresh on a medium spender account. And, you know, like making real push videos and going hard after the game, and, you know, have fun in foundries, kicking butts and all of that. So, but that's for a bit later. I you know, need to build the channel first and to create all of that. But thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you are not yet. So I share the Discord. You know, it's kind of pushing pressure on me to finish it as well, right? It's not finished yet. So the higher the count of subscriber is, the more I work on it, basically. So it's pressure on me, but it's good pressure. So yeah. Subscribe, share the videos with your alliance, with your teammates, with your friends that are starting the game, and I really hope it helps. And if it does not, please let me know in the comment how I can help. Cheers, bye bye.